Good afternoon, everyone. We are the Group 8 and we're going to discuss one of the executive clemency, which is the pardon. We're going to define what is pardon, the two kinds of pardon, and the treatment programs under the pardon. First, I'm going to define what is pardon. Pardon, an act of grace emanating from the power that has been charged with the execution of the law, which exempts the individual from the punishment for a crime that has been committed. So, kapag sinabi nating pardon, it is an act of forgiveness given by the President. And also, yung pardon is binibigay ito kapag nagkaroon na ng final judgment sa isang tao. Yung pardon is binibigay siya individually for the regular crimes. At ang nagsusupervise sa pardon is yung mga parole and the probation officer. So, paano nga ba mag-apply ng executive clemency or sa pardon? Yung words of pardons and parole is nagbibigay sila ng recommendation sa president para mag-grant ng pardon yung specific offender. Next, I'm going to discuss the two kinds of pardon. First is the conditional pardon. Second is the absolute pardon. Conditional pardon exempts an individual with certain limits or conditions from punishment of his/her crime committed, resulting in the partial extinction of his/her criminal liability. So, kapag sinabi nating conditional pardon, it is the extinctions of criminal liability of an individual with a certain limits of pardon. Na kung saan kailangan yung ating pardonee is nagko-comply siya sa mga conditions na binigay sa kanya. Kasi kapag hindi siya, there's no compliance, magre-result ito ng revocations of pardon and maaari pa itong makasuhan ng criminally by being a pardon violator. Next is the absolute pardon. It is totally extinguishes criminal liability of an individual without any conditions. So, sa absolute pardon, totally free na yung pardonee and maaari nang maibalik yung kanyang civil rights and yung kanyang political rights. Example nito is yung right of suffrage or right to vote. And maaari na ring mawala yung kanyang mga criminal records. Next is the 11 treatment programs under the pardon. First is the individual and group counseling. This activity intends to assist the clients in trying to sort out their problems, identify solutions, reconcile conflicts, and help resolve them. This could be done either by individual or group interactions with officers of the agency. So, meron tayong we have the two types of counseling approaches, yung individual counseling and the group counseling. Kapag individual counseling, it pertains to single client, and kapag group, it engages with multiple clients in a group facing a similar concerns or problems. So, these are the some reasons kung bakit kailangan ng individual counseling. First is confidentiality. Para yung information they shared during the session will remain completely private. Next is one-on-one attention. Para malaman at para mas maintindihan yung specific problem at para mabigyan ng proper treatment yung pardonee. Next is para matulungan yung client na ma-develop ng maayos yung kanyang pag-unawa at saka magkaroon ng bagong pananaw about their life. Next, under individual counseling is tinutulungan yung client na magkaroon ng coping strategies para ma-handle yung kanyang personal, emotional, and social concerns. Next is natutulungan yung client ma-improve yung kanyang intrapersonal and interpersonal relationship. Kapag sinabing intrapersonal, it is a relationship within ourselves, and kapag sinabing interpersonal, it is a relationship within two or more group or people. Next naman, in group counseling, kaya nagkakaroon din nito para matulungan yung client na ma-realize niya na hindi siya nag-iisa. Next is para mabigyan ng opportunity to give and receive support. Next is para ma-develop nila yung communication and socialization skills nila para to allow them na ma-express nila yung issues nila and accepts criticisms from others. And lastly, para ma-develop nila yung kanilang self-awareness sa pakikinig sa iba with similar issues. Next, number 2, the moral spiritual value formation. Seminars, lectures, or training offered or arranged by the agency comprise the rehabilitation activities. Active NGOs, schools, civic, and religious organizations are tapped to facilitate the activities. So, when we say moral kasi, it is a belief na makakatulong sa kanila na gumawa ng decisions about sa correct behavior na gagawin nila in a given situations at magde-decide sila kung ano yung tama at mali. And sa spiritual values naman, yun yung maibabalik nila yung paniniwala nila sa Diyos, kaya pati sa mga institutional corrections is meron din nito.
Work or job placement referral. Categorized as an informal program wherein a client is referred for a work or job placement through the officer's own personal effort, contact, or information. Dito nakategorya bilang isang informal na programa kung saan ang isang kliyente ay nire-refer para sa trabaho sa pamamagitan ng sarili nilang pagsisikap, pakikipag-ugnayan o ang isang impormasyon ng opisyal. Next. Vocational, livelihood, and skill technique. The program includes the setting up of seminars and skill training classes like food prevention and processing, candle making, novelty items, and handicrafts making, and etc. to help the clients earn extra income. Dito kasama sa programa ang pag-setup ng mga seminar at skills training classes tulad ng food prevention and processing, candle making, novelty items, and handicrafts making, at iba pa upang matulungan ng isang kliyente na kumita ng pera. Example, dito yung mga gumagawa ng mga recycle tulad ng parol, tas ibebenta nila upang kumita ng pera. Ganon. Next, health, medical, and medical services. To address some of the basic needs of clients and their families, medical missions are organized to provide various forms of medical and health service, including physical examination and treatment, free medicine and vitamins, dental examination and treatment, drug dependency test, and laboratory examination. Dito, upang matugunan ng ilang sa mga pangunahin ng pangangailangan ng mga kliyente sa kanilang pamilya, binibigyan nila ng libreng gamot at medical service upang makasigurado na ligtas ang pamilya ng isang kliyente.
Number 6, literacy and education. In a coordination with LGU programs, adult education classes are availed for help clients learn basic writing, reading, and arithmetic. Likewise, literacy teach during any session conducted for clients become part of the module. This is particularly intended for clients who are no read, no write, to help them become functionally literate. Ito ay para sa mga PDL na no read and no write. Binibigyan sila ng pagkakataon upang matuto sa pagsulat, pagbasa, at upang makatapos ng pag-aaral. Tulad na lamang ng ALS o ang tinatawag na Alternative Learning System. Number 7, community service. This program refers to services in the community rendered by clients for the benefit of society. It includes the tree planting, beautification drives, cleaning and greening of surroundings, maintenance of public parks and places, garbage collection, blood donation, and seminars, similar socio-civil activities. Tinutulungan nito ang isang PDL upang makatulong sa ating community at makatulong din sa kanya ito sa kanyang career prospects or raises social awareness. Number 8, client self-help organization. This program takes the form of cooperatives and client association where the clients form cooperatives and associations as an economic group to venture on a small case project. Ito yung organisasyon o grupo na sinusuportahan ng bawat isa para sa kanilang kondisyon at para maboost ang kanilang self-esteem at para magkaroon sila ng confidence sa kanilang self.
The next topic is payment of civil liability. The payment of civil liability or indemnification to the victims offender are pursued despite the economic status of client. Payment of obligation to the victim instill in the minds of the client the responsibility and the consequences of the harm they inflicted to others. Payment of civil liability ay isang aspeto ng batas na kaugnay sa paglabag sa civil laws o karapatan ng tao o grupo. Example, may nagkabanggaan na dalawang sasakyan at yung may kasalanan ay magbabayad ng mga nasira niya at pati dun sa taong na-injured niya. At doon pumapasok ang payment of civil liability iparaan upang tao may kasalanan ay may ayos sa mga nasira at magkaroon ng katarungan sa karapatan ng iba. The next is environmental and ecology. To instill awareness and concern in preserving ecological balance and environmental health, seminars, lectures are conducted wherein clients participate. Example, dito yung mga pagbabawas ng basura, pollution ng hangin at tubig, tsaka yung mga paggamit ng mga magsasaka ng mga chemical. Ang environment and ecology ay mahalaga sa proseso ng pardon dahil ito ay may malalim na relasyon sa mga kilos ng tao at pangangalaga sa kalikasan na may epekto sa buhay at kabutihang pangkalahatan. Ito ay nagbibigay halaga sa pagtupad sa pangako ng pangangalaga sa kalikasan at pagtutok sa anyo ng katarungan at respeto sa kalikasan. The next is sport and physical fitness. Activities that provide physical exertion like sports, games, and group play are conducted to enhance the physical well-being of clients. Ang sport and fitness naman ay maaaring magkaroon ng positibong epekto sa proseso ng pardon sa pamamagitan ng pagtulong sa mga taong gusto na magbagong buhay at magkaroon ng mas makulay at malusog na pamumuhay, na maaaring maging mahalaga sa kanilang rehabilitasyon at reintegrasyon sa lipunan.